Ivar the Boneless, also known as Ivar Ragnarsson, was one of the most famous warlords of the Viking Age. His reputation is evident in the Old Norse legends, where he is revered as a divine warrior. In contrast, British sources of the time considered him a demon from the depths of hell. The Norse sagas say that Ivar was the son of the famous Viking warrior Ragnar Lodbrok and his wife, Aslog. There are many theories about the origin of the epithet the Boneless. This term may indicate some of Ivar's physical handicap, evident from his birth. It is believed that Ivar had weak and brittle bones, or even no bones in his legs. Some historians believe that Ivar was impotent. The fact that he never married and had children may explain the nickname. According to the beliefs of the time, this deformity was the result of a curse. Ivar's mother, Aslog, known as a powerful seer, warned Ragnar that he was expected to wait 3 days before consummating his marriage. The gods would not be pleased if the couple rushed the wedding night. Ragnar ignored the warning, and Ivar was born with legs whose structures were similar to cartilage rather than bone. Because of his disability, Ivar had to be carried by his guardians on a stretcher or shield. Despite this inconvenient problem, Ivar had a great talent for planning and strategy, as well as being a skilled archer. Ivar had 3 younger brothers, who became his main battle companions: Bjorn Ironside, Hiesturk, and Sigurd, all of them brave warriors. They often participated in raids together, where they were led by Ivar. The brothers rarely made strategic decisions without consulting him. Ivar was a born leader and loyal to his family. He was dismayed by the news that his father, King Ragnar Lodbrok, had been captured and executed by King Alla of Northumbria. Ivar demanded to know all the details of his father's death, who was thrown into a pit of poisonous vipers. The unfortunate circumstances of Ragnar's death fueled Ivar's hatred, and he began to plan his revenge against the Saxons. Ivar devised a cunning plan. He traveled to England, where he formally met with King Alla. To humiliate Ivar, Alla agreed to compensate him for his father's death by promising him a portion of land whose size could be covered with the largest cowhide available. So Ivar stretched a cowhide and cut it into thin strips, covering a much larger territory than intended. Due to his cunning, Ivar got a territory large enough to found the city of York, which would become one of the most important English cities of the Middle Ages. Ivar devoted himself to establishing local connections with other Viking leaders and Saxon lords dissatisfied with the King Alla. With new allies, Ivar asked his brothers to join him in his plan for revenge. The forces gathered by Ivar became known as the Great Heathen Army, which launched a wave of Viking invasions and conquest against the 4 Anglo-Saxon kingdoms over 14 years. Ivar's army eventually defeated the Northumbrian forces and King Alla was captured alive. Ivar was ruthless when it came to punishing the man who had ordered his father's death. King Alla was sacrificed in a dreaded pagan ritual, the Blood Eagle. The victim's ribcage was opened from the back and his lungs removed. Ivar also threw salt into Alla's wounds, increasing his agony in the final moments of life. Little is known about Ivar's life after he consummated his revenge. Some historical sources say that a Viking leader named Ivar terrorized the northern Irish Sea during the 9th century. Ivar was the Old Irish adaptation of the name Ivar. This suggests that the legendary Viking leader attacked Ireland and had some relation to the nobility of that territory. And yes, after that time, the Dublin and York dynasties were closely linked. The most accepted theory is that Ivar remained King of York after avenging the death of his father. According to some Irish chronicles, Ivar died around the year 873, a victim of a sudden and horrible illness. In 1686, a farm worker discovered a Scandinavian tomb in Repton, England, near a site where the great pagan army defeated King Burgred of Mercia. The number of skeletons around the main tomb indicated that the man buried there had a very high status. It is said that this tomb is possibly Ivar the Boneless's last resting place.